someone there to call your own. Just remember, my dear friend, you're not alone.
We are the co-founders and the executive directors for Youth on the Rise Guyana, and today both of us will be talking about human rights. So before we go into the 30 human rights, we would just like to give a little bit of a definition for human rights. And every person is entitled to certain rights simply because they are a human being. They are rights because they are things you're allowed to be, to do, or to have. These rights are there for your protection against people who might want to harm or hurt you. They're also there to help us get along with each other and live in peace. So myself and Andre, the organization that we formed, we were selected as human rights ambassadors for Guyana. So Andre, be honest with me, before we were selected as human rights ambassador for Guyana, were you familiar with all 30 human rights?
I would say no, I was not. I was surprised that there was so much.
True, indeed. Me too. So let's go straight into our human rights. And the first one is we are all born free and equal. We're all born free. We all have our own thoughts and ideas. We should all be treated in the same way. And you want to emphasize a bit at the back on the same one?
All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood. Sasha, the second human rights is don't discriminate. These rights belong to everybody, whatever our differences.
Yes, that's true. Everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedom set forth in this declaration without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other option, national or social origin, property, birth or other status. So we're going to move on to the third human rights, which is the right to life. We all have the right to life and to live in freedom and safety. Andrea, emphasize on that one, please.
Yes, everybody has a right to life, liberty and security of person. The fourth one is no slavery. Nobody has any right to make us a slave. We cannot make anyone our slave. Sasha?
Yeah. No one shall be held in slavery, and slavery and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all their forms. We're going to move on to number 5, am I correct?
Yes.
No torture. Nobody has any right to hurt us or to torture us. This one is a really big one.
That is true, Sasha. No one shall be subjected to torture or cruel, inhuman and degrading treatment or punishment. The sixth one is you have rights no matter where you go. I am a person just like you.
True. Everyone has the right to recognition everywhere as a person before the law. So regardless where you go, anyone out of the 10 region, any part of the world, you have the right to be recognized. We are at number 7. We're all equal before the law. The law is the same for everyone. It must treat us all fairly.
That is true. All are equal before the law and are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of the law. All are entitled to equal protection against any discrimination in violation of this declaration and against the incitement of such discrimination. Sasha number 8. Your human rights are protected by law. We can all ask for the law to help us when we are not treated fairly.
That's true. Everyone has the right to an effective remedy by the competent national tribunals for acts violating the fundamental rights granted him by the Constitution or by law. Number 9, no unfair detainment. Nobody has the right to put us in prison, or as we would say, jail or lockup, without good reason and keep us there or send us away from our country.
That is true. No one shall be subjected to an arbitrary arrest, detention, or exile. Number 10, Sasha, the right to trial. If we are put on trial, this should be in public. The people who try us should not let anyone tell them what to do.
True. Everyone is entitled in full equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal in the determination of his rights and obligations and of any criminal charge against him. We're moving on to number 12, the right to privacy. Nobody should try to harm our good name. Nobody has the right to come into our homes, open our letters, or bother us or our family without a good reason. That is a really good point, Andre.
That is true. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary interference of his privacy, family, home, or correspondence, nor to attack upon his honor or reputation. Everyone has the right to the protection of the law against such interference or attacks.
Yeah, true. To number 11, we're always innocent till proven guilty. Nobody should be blamed for doing something until it is proven. When people say we did a bad thing, we have the right to show them that it is not true.
Exactly. Everyone charged with penal offense has the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty, according to the law, in a public trial at which he has had all the guarantees necessary for his defense. No one shall be held guilty of any penal offense on account of any act or omission which did not constitute a penal offense under national or international law at the time it was committed, nor shall a heavier penalty be imposed than the other one that was applicable at the time of the penal offense being committed. Number 13, Sasha. Freedom to move. We all have the right to go where we want in our own country and travel as we wish.
True. So everyone has the right to freedom of movement and residence within the borders of each state. Everyone has the right to leave any country, including his own, and to return to his own country. We're moving on to number 14. The right to seek a safe place to live. If we are frightened or of being badly treated in our own country, we all have the right to run away to another country to be safe.
That is true. Everyone has the right to seek and enjoy in other countries asylum from persecution. The right may not be invoked in the case of prosecutions genuinely arising from non-political crimes or from acts contrary to the purposes and principles of the United Nations. Number 15, right to a nationality. We all have the right to belong to a country.
That's true. No one shall be deprived of his nationality nor denied the right to change his nationality. We're moving on to number 16, marriage and family. And this is a very important topic in Guyana, Andre.
Yes.
A lot of persons are being forced to marry out, especially when it comes to the Indian society. They believe that when you reach at a certain age, you have to get married. You become like a burden on your parents.
Yes, you have to leave the home.
So this is a really main rights in Guyana. Every grown-up has the right to marry and have a family if they want to. They shouldn't be forced to marry. Men and women have the same rights when they're married and when they are separated.
Men and women of full age, without any limitation due to race, nationality, or religion, have the right to marry and to found a family. They are entitled to equal rights as to marriage, during marriage, and its dissolution. Marriage shall be entered into only with free and full consent of the intended spouses. The family is a natural and fundamental unit of the society and is entitled to protection by society and the state. Number 17, the right to own your own things. Everyone has the right to own their own things or to share them. Nobody should take away our things from us with no good reason.
True. Everyone has the right to own property alone as well as in association with others. Number 18, freedom of thought. We all have the right to believe in what we want to believe, to have a religion or to change it if we want. And in today's society, Andre, this is something very huge too, because sometimes a couple, a husband and a wife, they would have different religion.
That is true.
Probably the husband is a Hindu, the wife is a Muslim, and then they would get like bitterness as to how to groom the child into what religious rights, right? So this is something we should be emphasizing a lot on, so you can take it from there.
That is true. Everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. This right includes the freedom to change his religion or belief, and freedom either alone or in the community with others, in public and in private, to manifest his religious belief in teaching, practice, worship, and observance. Our next human right, freedom of expression. We all have the right to make up our own minds, to think what we like, to say what we think, and to share our ideas with other people.
Everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expressions. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers. We're moving on to number 20, the right to public assembly. We all have the right to meet our friends and to work together in peace to defend our rights. Nobody can make us join a group if we don't want to. So nobody can't force us to join a group. Nobody can, like for example our organization. We won't force anybody to become a member of the organization.
Exactly.
We can't force anybody to go out here and do a protest. We can't force anybody to do something that they don't want to do.
You have to willingly commit.
Correct.
Everyone has the right to freedom of a peaceful assembly and association. No one may be compelled to belong to an association. Number 21, the right to democracy. We all have the right to take part in the government of our country. Each grown-up should be allowed to choose their own leaders.
True. Everyone has the right to take part in the government of his country, directly or through freely chosen representatives. Everyone has the right to equal access to public service in his country. And in Guyana, we do that through the election.
Yes.
We have the right to choose our government through the election process. We're on to 22.
Yes.
Social security. We all have the right to affordable housing, medicine, education, and childcare, enough money to live on, and medical help if we are ill or old.
That is true. Everyone, as a member of society, has the right to social security and is entitled to realization through national effort and international cooperation, and in accordance with the organization and resources of each state, of its economic, social, and cultural rights indispensable for his dignity and freedom of his personality. Number 23, workers' rights. Every grown-up has the right to do a job, to earn a fair wage for their work, and to join a trade union.
So everyone has the right to work, to a free choice of employment, to just and favorable conditions of work, and to protection against unemployment. Everyone without any discrimination has the right to equal pay for equal work. And everyone has the right to form and to join trade unions for the protection of his or her interests. We are moving on to the number 24, the right to play. We all have the right to rest from work and to relax.
Yes, everyone has the right to rest and relax in leisure, including reasonable limitation of working hours and periodic holiday with pay. Number 25, food and shelter for all. We all have the right to a good life. Mothers and children who are old, unemployed, or disabled, and all people have the right to be cared for.
Everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate for the health and well-being of himself and of his family, including food, clothing, housing, medical care, and necessary social services, and the right to security in the event of unemployment, sickness, disability, widowhood, old age, or other lack of livelihood in circumstances beyond that person's control. Motherhood and childhood are entitled to special care and assistance, and all children, whether born in or out of wedlock, shall enjoy the same social protection. So no discrimination there. We're going on to number 26, the right to education.
This is a big one.
Yes, it is. Education is a right. Primary schools should be free. We should learn about the United Nations and how to get on with others. Our parents can choose what we learn.
That is true. Everyone has the right to an education. Education shall be free, at least in the elementary and fundamental stages. Elementary education shall be compulsory. Technical and professional education shall be generally available, and higher education shall be equally accessible to all on the basis of merit. Parents have prior right to choose the kind of education that shall be given to their children. Number 27, Sasha, copyright. Well, we know that's a big one in Guyana.
True.
Copyright is a special law that protects one's own artist creations and writings. Others cannot make copies without permission. We all have the right in our own way of life and to enjoy the good things that art, science, and learning brings.
True. So everyone has the right freely to participate in the cultural life of the community, to enjoy the arts and to share in scientific and advancement and its benefits. Number 28, a fair and free world.
Wow.
There must be proper order so we can all enjoy rights and freedoms in our own country and all over the world.
That is true. Everyone is entitled to a social and international order in which the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration can be fully realized. Number 29, responsibility. We have a duty to other people, and we should protect their rights and freedom.
So everyone has duties to the community in which alone the free and full development of his personality is possible. And the last one, number 30, no one can take away your human rights.
Nothing in this declaration may be interpreted as implying for any state, group, or person any right to engage in any activity or to perform in any act aimed at the destruction of the rights and freedom set forth therein.
Yes, thank you very much. So those were the 30 human rights. If anybody would like to have a free publication, What Are Human Rights? You're free to contact us on our Facebook page, Youths on the Rise Guyana. You will get on to any one of the directors there. There's also my personal account on Facebook, Sasha Rawof. There's Andre's personal account, Andre Naniram. You can contact us on 611-6494.
Or 660-3608.
Yes. So YORG, or we would say YORG, Youth on the Rise Guyana, short for YORG. Youth on the Rise Guyana, it's a non-governmental organization or a charity organization. We do a lot of humanitarian work. We do a lot of charity work. It was formed in 2018 by myself and Andre. The reason why we have decided to form this organization is because both of us are very passionate about giving back to society.
Yes.
So our organization, we do a lot of charity work. We do hot meal drives. We do back to school drives. We deal with all social issues. We do hamper drives, and the list goes on and on. But as soon as you visit our page, we have all the information there. Just repeating it again, Youths on the Rise Guyana on Facebook, and you're going to see everything that you want to know there about our page, how you can become a member, everything you want to know.